Won't you catch my love on the dance floor, on the dance floor, on the dance floor? Won't you catch my love on the dance floor, on the dance floor, on the dance floor? Won't you catch my love on the dance floor, on the dance floor, on the dance floor? Won't you catch my love on the dance floor, on the dance floor, on the dance floor?
Let's go. It's not working. Alvin, with your help. Can you guys hear this? Really? Round until we get cover and always sing it. Well, not yet. Okay, let's go. More louder! See now! Just like this, very nice. Okay, let's go. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. I say, shall we make it? You say, boom. Shall we make it? Boom. Shall we make it? Boom. And I say, I am making. You say, boom. I am making. Boom. I am making. Boom.
Take at least 101. Hey, welcome back to a very new video. But if you're new, my name is Katja and this channel is my online diary about thousands of lives that I want to live through music, travel, language studies, books, basically all the things I love in life. And y'all, I still cannot believe it, but I went to a Stray Kids concert. It was amazing. It was so incredibly high in energy. But if there's only one word I'm allowed to use, I would say party. It was so much fun to dance the night away, jump, sing along, see the guys having fun on stage, and it was also a lot of fun to be the first top in Europe. And the thing is as well, I hadn't seen any spoilers of the tour. I've only watched the solos. That was it, because I knew that they were probably only going to do that in Asia, and afterwards I did New Social Path, Walking on Water, and Chick Chick Boom. That was it. That was all I knew about the whole concert, but I barely knew the outfits. I was like, you know what, because I'm actually going to it, I want to be as surprised as possible. I mean, that is an information overload on one hand, but on the other hand, I liked it. I liked to just be overwhelmed with everything I saw, and it was incredible. But first things first, let me get into me going to Amsterdam, because I went on Thursday, so a day before the concert, just to chill, because I had to be dependent of public transport, and there were 4 different operators I have to travel with, so you can understand, especially since I live in the middle of nowhere, it was best for me to go a day earlier and just check in at a normal time in my Airbnb and just relax. So I did. I came into the city, I met up with a friend for lunch, and afterwards I could already check in my Airbnb, dropped my bags off, went back into the city center, did some shopping, and it was lovely. It was lovely to just take my time, and especially the area of my Airbnb that was in Over Amstel. Y'all, that was my favorite spot ever in Amsterdam. Not just because there was so much to do, but more like it was so nice to stay the night over there. It was very quiet, but at the same time there were still people around, and it was in nature. But then again, you also had the metro station just around the corner. It was perfect. And normally I never like to stay in Amsterdam because I think it's too crowded, too much is going on, not that much nature compared to cities like Berlin or Vienna. But no, this was my spot. So the next time I'm gonna stay in Amsterdam, I'm definitely gonna stay back in Over Amstel. Also because from the arena where the concert was held, it was only a 4-kilometer walk. So that's not too bad. You can do it under an hour. We did walk it. It's just I didn't want it to go to the metro station and basically be a sardine in there and then hopefully get out at the right station. I was like, no, we're gonna walk. And my friend was like, okay, we're gonna walk. Anyway, back to last day. I went into the city center. I went to Concerto. Highly recommend that place if you are looking for some music or some small concerts, or just to have something to drink while listening to music. It's the place to be. I absolutely loved it over there. Afterwards I went and got a smoothie because I wanted to get in some vitamin C. I did that, and I met this lovely guy who was working there, and we chatted for 20-30 minutes or something like that before I actually got my drink. We had so much fun talking about languages because he is originally from South America, and he now lives in Amsterdam. So we just chatted about that, and then I took my place there and just sat down, and he came up to me with my drink, but then he offered me a second cup because he was like, oh, you're so nice, here, have another cup. And I was like, are you kidding me? That's so lovely, and it was so refreshing. But because all of a sudden it got so hot in the city, and I mean, I get that because it's in the city, so the weather, once the sun is shining, it gets so sticky. So highly appreciated that from the guy. Afterwards I basically went into the high street, walked in some different kinds of shops, also into Waterstones. I do have to say, I used to love the Waterstones over there, but I thought this time around it was very outdated, and I mean, it was a long time ago when I last went into the store, like must have been before COVID even, but I wasn't really vibing with it. It felt, like I said, so outdated, and I didn't like the vibes anymore. I was like, okay, this is interesting. Afterwards I went to the American Book Center. I did really enjoy my time there. I also thought that the selection was quite good, but I didn't buy anything. Also because I had just bought quite a few books before I went on this trip, so I was good. Afterwards I went to Pandora and I got the red metallic heart, just because, well, not just. There are actually multiple reasons. First off being that was the last metallic heart that I was missing in my collection, because I love those metallic hearts. They're so cute and they are such a pop of color on your bracelet. But I also think it's so much fun to buy the red heart because it is one of the Stray Kids colors. I mean, if you are a stay, you know most people wear red and black to their concerts, or white, so those three colors are basically the unofficial, or are they official? I mean, they change out colors a lot, but I think that black, white and red are kind of the official colors, sorta, pushed by the fans. So I thought, like, okay, the red one is perfect for Stray Kids, and also red is the official color of Amsterdam. So I was like, you know what, I have something to remember the trip by. I went into some other shops after, and lastly I got my dinner. And when I was ordering my dinner, I met some other stays and I asked them if it was okay for me to join them, and they said like, yes, come here and sit down. So we had a lovely dinner together, and they already went to multiple stops. They went to, one of the girls to the Korean one, so Seoul, Japan, Australia, and a couple in America. No, the other girl went to a couple in America. They both went to so many. I was impressed with one of the girls. She actually took a year off to just travel around and whatnot. So I thought it was really cool. But they helped me prepare for the concert the next day, because this was the very first time that I had VIP, and is anxious the right word? I think I low-key get anxious because it's so big, so many people all in one place. So I was like, okay, hey, what are the things I have to think about? How do I get VIP? The registration process is quite intense, it feels like. And they were like, no, don't worry. Go to register before 3 o'clock. You should be set and good to go. And then around 4 the doors will open, and yeah, everything will be fine. And as long as you keep in certain lines, it's all good. And I was like, okay, perfect. So the next day on Friday, because I hit the hay pretty early on Thursday, just because I knew it could be a lot on Friday to process, because I do get anxious, like I said. And I said to my friend, you know what? We could also just not be early. I mean, there has to be people be the last ones, because if you are one of the later ones, it takes off the pressure because you don't have to stand in a big crowd constantly. And luckily my friend was like, you know what? That sounds actually pretty good, because we have seated seats. We're seated. Sorry, that was double. But you know what? We're seated anyway, so why waste the time of waiting around if you already have assigned place? Assigned, that was the word I was actually looking for. You know you're good. As long as you register before 3 o'clock, you're fine. So we went into the metro, got there a little after 2, registered, got our goodie bag. You know what? Actually, let me show you guys the next clip of me making my shelves pretty, because we got quite a few goodies. I was not expecting this much because my friend, she's from the Philippines. Not the friend I went with, but someone who lives in the Philippines. She went to the concert over there, and she told me she got the lanyard and the postcards. But y'all, we got so much in the Netherlands. I told this my friend, and she was like, whoa, you guys had a good organizer. So that's the reason why you got so much. So thank you so much to the organizer for putting this lovely goodie bag together. And also we got the banner. I will show that as well in the next clip. It's time to make a Stray Kids VIP shelf. Let's go. Here we go, the final styling of my Stray Kids music shelf. First up, I have the VIP lanyard, and I draped it over the box of the light stick. First, I wanted to put the light stick out, but then I was like, you know what? I really like this black and red theme going on, so yeah, I think this is the perfect way to showcase it. Then over here, I have the confetti from the concert. I don't know, but this makes me just so freaking happy. Probably also because I catched some of these, so that makes it even more fun. Then I have the cap over here with the beautiful embroidery. The sleeping mask, this was also part of the VIP bag. So this I bought myself. Of course, the light stick I bought myself, and then the rest came with the concert. Or at least the VIP package. And then the sleep... No, wait. The sleep case? No, the pillowcase. So I can sleep well and think about Stray Kids at night. Anyway, then down here, this was a freebie I got from a stay. So of course I had to put it next to Wolf Chenny with his blue coat on, because I thought, oh, that's so matchy. Also in the VIP bag, the pens were included, and also 8 postcards, 1 for each member. But of course, because Wolf Chenny is out, his daddy should be out too. So that's the things that I got or bought myself, and I love it. I also rearranged my Le Seraphim shelves like always. Before I totally forget, this was my bracelet for my seating area. And this was the fan-made banner that we had in Amsterdam. So lovely. I will definitely keep this for a very long time. Thanks to the first half of this video, you guys already knew that I got the light stick, but yeah, I also got the cap. Because after we registered, we went into the line for click and collect. My friend, she knew what she wanted to have. She wanted to have the zip up hoodie, I believe it was. And she was really scared that it was gonna get sold out. And since I didn't know what I wanted, I was like, you know what, I will buy it once we are in the arena. She was like, okay, but I'm definitely for sure gonna order this, so I know it's good to go. So we were standing in line, and while we were standing in line, I started to observe people, see what they were wearing, if I liked it or not. And once I saw the bucket hat, I saw it was a sticker, and I was like, no, I want it to be embroidered. So then I saw a man walking, and I was like, hold on, wait. And he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, your hat, I need to know, is it embroidered? And he was like, yes, it's embroidered. And I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna get it. And he laughed so hard. He was like, you're just looking for everything? And I was like, yeah, I'm looking because I really want to know the materials and how it's been made, so I know what to get. And we had a good laugh about it. So we got click and collect. My friend got her zip hoodie, whatever. Then we went into the line. And I do have to say, this was the only, well, not negative, well, kind of ish, because I would not have standed so early in line if I knew that there was going to be a delay. There was like at least a 20-minute delay before the gates were going to open. So that was so annoying because we only went into the VIP line 10 minutes before 3, I believe, something like that. So we were supposed to wait only for like 5 to 10 minutes, but we waited a half an hour, and the sun was burning, and I'm allergic to the sun. I know it sounds quite intense, but if you have been around on this channel, you know that sometimes I even get an allergic reaction in my face. Technically this is a last little bit of an allergic reaction I had from that day. So I didn't film immediately after the concert because this was all allergic reaction. I also had it all in my neck. My arms and the rest of my face was good to go, but yeah, I did got an allergic reaction because of the sun. So that was not that much fun. And since the sun was scorching hot, yeah, it is what it is. But once we went through the gates, everything was fine. We could sit at some cool stairs because after the gates you have to wait for the doors to open. But once the doors were open, actually already after the gates were open, I was fine because we were in the shade by then, and I decided to just sit on the steps and not care because I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to wait. And we had another delay of like 15 to 20 minutes or something like that. But once we're in, went to the toilet, went into the arena, saw our seats, made some pretty pictures, and then it was sound check time. It was unbelievable. And I also really liked that they played Mirror as one of the sound check numbers. It was such a great way to kick off the night, you know, because the energy, we were all jumping, the energy was so high. The party was started, and yeah, it still makes me smile even talking about it. Afterwards I went into line to get my merch, and I got, of course, the light stick, I got my cap. I was really happy with it. The guy who was running the booth, the merchandise booth, he was so funny, and he was really taking his time. Normally I feel so rushed when it comes to the merch booth, but I think because we were only just the VIPs just at that moment, he was like, okay, there aren't that many people, so I'm just gonna take my time. And thank you, you really made my afternoon by that. I mean, everyone who helped me, the girls before, from the night before, it was such a pleasant experience. And that is also something that I want to mention. Like, I got VIP just because I had the possibility to, also because I always wanted to experience the VIP thingy one time, and especially if it would be for one of my favorite artists. But I would not hesitate to buy VIP another time for another artist that I really like, because it was truly such a nice experience to not be rushed not to be pushed or whatever, and just having your time. I like that. I like that. I don't know how else to explain it, but it felt so comfortable. So I got my merch, and afterwards we got some dinner, a typical Dutch dinner. Well, I mean, is it truly a dinner? It was, for me, more a snack. I decided to get 2 times kaas soufflé. Yeah, I know, a cheese soufflé, but I know in English it is meant for something else, but it is the Dutch version of a cheese soufflé on bread. And it was actually delicious. Normally I barely ever eat that, but this time around I just felt like it, and it was so good. It hit the spot so nicely. I also got an ice cold soda. Especially when I go to concerts, I like an ice cold soda. I also don't drink a lot of sodas, but especially because of everything that's going on, I like to keep my sugars a little bit higher than normal. You know, because I go and burn through my sugars very, very fast actually. So that was lovely. And then before we knew it, because my friend, she was like, okay, after sound check was over, she was like, oh my gosh, now we have to wait for 2 hours. And I was like, honey, those hours are gonna be over before you know it. Literally. I even got 2 sodas at the time spent. Although, I mean, the second soda I got right before the concert started, so I had a soda around during the concert. But wow, the boys went on at 7:30 to be exact. And I like it. I love that K-pop concerts always start so on time. I genuinely love that. And then we saw everything for the very first time, and I did knew that the outfits, the first outfits that they were wearing, that those were new. Were the black outfits with the silver, and normally they were gray with silver. But I loved the black with silver. I think especially with the hairstyles the guys currently have, it looks so good. So I loved it. I also loved the Stray Kids anthem. I hoped one day that I was gonna hear it live, and it was gorgeous. It felt the energy, it went high, it went rising, it was so good. And also they played in the first part of the show Thunderous and District 9, and I was so happy that they kept in District 9, but I do believe they mostly play that on their concerts. I don't know all the statistics. I actually need to look it up, but I love that. And then during the concert at a certain point, oh, it's getting hot in my room. I had to close the windows because there were so many sounds outside. Actually, I kid you not, I had to redo shooting all these clips so many times because there were at least 4 people who came to my door over the last hour or so. Like, I live in the middle of nowhere. That 4 different people come to my door under an hour is a lot. Normally that doesn't even happen in a week or a month, let alone in 1 hour. And it's just a normal weekday. Anyway, so it's getting hot over here. So if you see me with a red face, it's because of that. Also, right before the concert started, I looked to my left and I looked right into the eyes of Chen, his mom. And I was like, oh, hey. And then I did a little wave. Because she saw that I saw her, because I was really like, oh, hey, you're here as well. So lovely. Like, I knew that his parents were traveling around with the guys, or well, they are following them. But yeah, it was a nice surprise that she was actually on our side where we were seated. So that was lovely. We saw also his dad, I believe Felix, his mom and sister, Hanjin's parents, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, but I don't know. I just know how the parents of Chan look, so. So it was not only me who was starting to feel hot because of my room. So my camera just was like, girl, it's too hot. Like literally my whole screen went black and in white letters it said like, the camera is too hot. And I was like, I understand. Also, it's still the oldie that I've been filming with for how long now? Like it's 2025 right now, so I've had her for well over 10 years. It's fine. I need to buy another camera. But anyway, I was talking about Chan's parents. I believe. I mean, I don't know when I was getting cut off, but yeah, I saw Chen, his parents, at the concert. It was amazing to see them and yeah, just being there for the group, but for their son as well, and just also seeing them having their time of their lives just traveling. So I thought that was really cool. Anyway, so during the concert, the energy was incredibly high. A lot of my favorite songs were played, like Lonely Street. What were the other songs? I already made, of course, a written version of what I did in Amsterdam. Let me have a look. I loved Mountains, that it was performed live. But other songs. Oh, yeah, I have to say, Burning Tires and Cinema, the two, not solos, the duo songs, were so good live. I mean, all the songs are super good live. But these songs really stood out to me to see them being performed. I mean, Burning Tires has this super funny choreo together with IN, but then Cinema is totally different. It's very minimal, but it literally brought me so close to tears. Sungmin, mostly when he is in a song, like a solo or a duo song or like a group song, his songs are mostly my favorite because of the emotions that he brings into those songs. I hope you understand what I mean. If you're another say, you probably get it. But also together with Lino for Cinema, it created this very, it felt like you were protected in a way. It felt very open with emotions. It felt perfect to do something like that in an arena and have everyone being so locked in to the song. So that was amazing. Let me have a look. What were the other things? Okay, yeah. So I see the pictures I made. So my friend, she was at a certain point like, hey, are the cards coming? And she already said that way before the concert started. Like, what do you think? And I was like, I don't know. Because it's really hard to transport that constantly over in Europe. I mean, in America, I kind of get it because there are more possibilities in North America at least. But when we looked around, once we were in the arena, what I think is super cool, I don't know how it is for them, but I hope it's super cool for them as well. But the wheelchairs are seated way more to the front. They were actually more to the front than we were. They were sitting right behind bits of the standing ones. Sorry, I had to think a bit for that one. So I was like, normally the cars would go where the wheelchairs are seated. So I was like, I don't know, because if they would do it another way, the only other way is where we were. And it happened. Y'all, during a certain song, I can't even remember, I blacked out at a certain point because all of a sudden I saw a bunch of security guards all of a sudden, and I was like, oh, what is happening? So I thought at first something was wrong. No. Then I saw the yellow rope. I was like, oh, it's happening. So I elbowed my friend and was like, the carts, it's happening. And she was like, what do you mean? Oh. And she also saw the yellow rope, and I was like, it's happening. And we were standing at the edge. Like, I was literally, how do you say it? Barricade. I was barricade for the rope. So it was so lovely. So at a certain point, the cards came up, and also the balloons, the schizo balloon. I was not expecting that to happen, but it did. And it was so much fun. And I mean, it was possible because, well, no, I believe they also did it in London and the arena was open. But I think it is possible because the arenas are less big-ish. I don't know. Maybe because there is less wind. In America, they performed in a lot of baseball fields. So I think the wind is a big factor into that. And the arena in Amsterdam, the roof was closed anyway, so you don't have the wind to play with. That's nice. So we had the carts and we had the schizo balloons, and it was gorgeous. And to see the guys dancing, having fun on the carts as well, yeah, it felt so magical to see those balloons also when they were on the other side. It felt so amazing to see. And afterwards, because at that point when the balloons passed, I got really sad because I knew that we were entering the encore era of the concert. Nevertheless, it was amazing. The party was super high and they ended the night, and I only realized once they started playing that song that was one of the songs I was really missing on the playlist. Actually, I think it was the only song I was truly missing. Yeah, other songs would have been nice, but considering how high of an energy they kept the whole show, I understood those weren't on the playlist. But Hall of Fame, I was missing that song so much. So it felt such as a nice surprise that they played it as our I can't come up with the word now anymore. Special song? Secret song? No, it's another word. What's the word? Never mind, I couldn't find the word. But Chick Chick Boom festival version and then Hall of Fame. It, like, the energy was so incredibly high. It felt like the perfect ending to the night, and I would love to go to another concert. Actually, I said to my friend right after the concert ended, I was like, I want this concert, right, especially this one, on DVD, so I could watch it back 100 times over. I know that won't be possible, so it's fine to have the Soul one day on DVD once they get released. GYP, please do your magic. But yeah, it will be fine. I had such an incredible night. It was a true party. And afterwards, it was so funny because all the lights go back on. And I looked back at my seat, and even you saw probably in the first half of the video that I was constantly trying to pick confetti out of the sky, and it did work. I catched quite a few. But we were standing for those most parts after the confetti was going down. So once the lights turned on and I looked back at my seat, my friend and I, we locked eyes and we grabbed our VIP plastic goodie bags and we went swoop. So from the seat, all the confetti into the bag. And yeah, now it's shining on my shelf. I think it's so funny to have something that is actually from the concert itself, to have a little piece of that on my shelf and to have it shine there. It, like I said, the word, it was a party. So it feels like this perfect little party moment in this little cup. It just brings me a lot of happiness. Like, my jaws are now hurting because of how much I've been smiling about just thinking about this concert, and I've been talking for so long. I just on my phone already, I've been talking for 10 minutes, and on my camera for at least 20, at least. So I don't know how to cut it down, and maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just not, because these experiences are things that I want to hold very close to me. And I hope you enjoy it as well. But if you have already clicked away, it's fine. I don't care, because I'm gonna rewatch this video 100 times over. Especially since this specific concert will never be on DVD, so I have to make it my own, right? Anyway, it was lovely. So after the concert, instead of going back by metro, we went walking. I mean, it was only 4 kilometers, and I said to my friend, you know, I could go for a walk. She was like, I can't, but we'll do it your way, because we have to wait otherwise still an hour. So we could also go and use that hour to just walk and be there at the exact same time back at the Airbnb. So we did. It was, for me, it was a very pleasant walk. Just to think and talk about everything we did at the concert, or just the specifics. Like the VCR, I cannot wait for the DVD, especially for the VCR, because I need to study that for the Stray Kids lore, because there was so much lore going on, and I need it. I need to study it, and then yeah. I'm such a nerd when it comes down to the lores of things, because I want to know it, and I was studying it while the concert was happening, but there was so much going on that I was like, oh, so many things to focus on. Anyway, yeah, thank you, Stray Kids. Thank you for the team. Thank you for the organizer over there and the staff at the arena. It truly made the concert such a fun time, and I really hope that we get a DVD version of, well, not maybe this specific concert, but one of them, so I can watch it back and relive it a little bit in a different way, maybe, but still in a way. And what more? I cannot wait till their next album is gonna drop, because that is gonna happen still this year. I mean, the tour, I think that will be, yeah, that will be in a further away future. Let's get real here. But you know what? There is gonna be enough content for the rest of this year. So I cannot wait for the next album to drop, but right now I'm still enjoying everything about the concert. Yeah, this is the end. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, or just got an inside look of my thought process. Have an amazing day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!